Hey, it's Marlena again. I'm from Oklahoma. We moved to this property about 9 years ago to live sustainably if the need ever arose. And the prices of rising groceries and everything that's going on that everyone knows about. We have started farming about 2 years ago. Just want to chickens. A chicken house. Anyway, so today is kind of a serious video a little bit. And I hate talking about this, but we're building a pen to pin up our little pig to fatten him up so we can process him on the farm later this year. And so it really hit me that this part of farming isn't the funnest. We feed these pigs my husband feeds the pigs every day. I haven't come out here a lot, but these animals were around all the time. And so we're not processing the mamas until maybe there's a need later on, and it's going to be sad. But we're processing our first feeder pig in the fall. I'll show you. It's feeding time. We can get them all in one shot. Check it out. Oh, it gets kind of serious around here. So this little one and the second one right here is the one we're going to process. Now, it's kind of small right now, but he'll get bigger by the time it comes. We built a pen for him. It's just kind of a little sad to me to think about raising this animal for our food, but on the other hand, it makes me happy that we can and we have the ability to do it. We live on 22 acres here, and there's a creek running through it. There's a pond we share with our neighbor. So there's water on the property. There's a small frog pond behind the house that in the springtime, little frogs start singing, and warm weather's coming. It's amazing. Jace, you want to show them? No, can I show them like what you're doing here? Huh?
Yeah. Get a little more water for it.
We soak the pig feed down, or my husband does, and it soaks up this water. The water on the feed makes it easier to digest for the pigs. You can do it either way. This is more work. Some people free feed pigs, which means let them have whatever they want, whenever they want. But for us, my husband prefers to, feed every day so he can control the rationing of the feed. Especially because, Jason, how much has it gone up in the last year? It was like $10 when we first started buying it. Now how much is it? A bag?
I don't know. It's up
13
$1 or $2 a bag every time.
Yeah. So we went from $10 or $10.50, $10.50 to $11 to $11.23 to $11.50, and it just keeps going up. It's 12 something right now. The point is, it's not getting any cheaper, so we don't free feed. When we did free feed at first, I noticed that there wasn't so much aggression, for the feed when it came, because they knew it would always be there. So when you feed once or twice a day, we feed once a day. I don't know. We feed hay in the morning and then the feed in the evening. But I noticed like the aggression for the food was a lot less when we free fed. And that may be a better way to go later on. Possibly when we can grow some of our own grain around here. But I don't know. We'll go over and I'll show you the pen we're making for the pigs. And it's nothing fancy. Honestly, it's things we had around the farm that we're using to make it. I've had this roll of wire. It's like over $200 when I bought it. But we ended up not using it for the purpose it was meant for. So it's just been kind of sitting there. So we're using it. We're also using some old, what is that? Old metal we took off the old chicken coop. So here it is. I think it's 8 by 16 foot structure. It's got this. I think this is cattle wire here. Got a door. We're going to put some metal on that. Keep them in. So that's what it looks like. Right back here is where we're making them a little windbreak. And we're going to put a little, what's it called? Some tin across the top to make it where it won't rain on it. But this is like reclaimed stuff, basically. We got these little pieces of lumber free from, I can't remember where we got it free from, but it was free. We already had the wire. We already had this metal. And we've got old barn tin we're going to do the top with. So if you have an old place, there's usually some resources that you can find on your property to help you build structures. If not, you can look online. Garage sale sites sometimes have materials for cheap, building materials. I know if you don't know about it, rough cut cedars, the rough cut part, that's really a good bargain, and you can make garden beds out of those or whatever. So, anyway, I was talking about the pigs. So it's important to feed your family. The reason why we moved on this property was to be able to take care of everybody we had, feed everyone we had here in case of social economic collapse. And that's what we're doing. But I was thinking last night about that little pig. And I was thinking, oh, it's kind of sad, you know? It's become real for me with the food situation, and we're going to process our first pig. When I looked last night at that pig pen we were building and like the purpose behind it, it made me have a lot of feelings, like, you know, kind of sorrow, because I love animals and I don't want any of them to hurt, but he's going to have one bad day. His little pig life is great. He's in an enclosed structure. He's got pig brothers and pig sisters. And so, well, no, 2 pig sisters and a pig brother. But this is what life is like for a lot of people. We have to eat, have to live. We need energy. And so all that, if you're not plant-based, you know, is animal-based. The first time that I experienced processing an animal was chickens on our farm. We did those 2 or 3 years ago, and the oldest son, Brent, no, he's not oldest. He's like second oldest son. He lives with us. We have a blended family. We have a daughter together, and then Brent is Jason and Christie's. So anyway, Brent helped us process the chickens, and so he knows how to do that. He's 24. We know how to do that, but I don't really like processing chickens just because it's difficult to get the feathers off, and feather pluckers are like, they're expensive, like $300 or more, unless you have some ingenuity and you can make your own. And we don't have time for that. We all have full-time jobs. I'm off work right now, so I'm not. So, but my husband is. has a full-time job. Brent has a full-time job. Ken is at school. I'm usually at work. And so we're not putting together a chicken plucker. Now, the pig, we've never done a pig before. And so that's going to be in the fall. I'm kind of scared about it, that we won't do it right, that there's lots of videos to watch on the process, and we've watched quite a bit of them, and we're very confident that we can do it by ourselves. Not that it's going to be fun, because Jason and I both have huge hearts, and this is something that just we've never experienced before, processing our own pig. And chickens are bad enough, but they just take long. They take so long to feather. Unless you skin them. The last one Jason skinned, and he said it went totally better. But then you don't get that crispy chicken, like on your fried chicken. Anyway. No, I don't have anything else really today. Just the thought about where our food actually comes from, and the great disconnect that our society has from the grocery store to the plate, you know, into the farm where that animal came from. I never thought about how animals were processed, how animals were taken care of before they hit the supermarket in that package. But owning this farm, or living on this farm and raising animals, has taught me to be a better steward of what I have, of the animals we do have, to care for them in a certain way so that they have best life they can possibly have and the best care. One of our first pigs, her name's Dubček, off Third Rock from the Sun. Okay, so there's Dubček and Sally, Dr. Solomon, and we didn't name Bacon. Okay, so anyway, what was I saying? Okay, Dubček. She got sick one time. I think what happened was she got bit by too many venomous snakes, or ate too many venomous snakes. We have a lot of copperheads around here, or we used to. We don't have copperheads anymore because the pigs eat the copperheads. So, but I think she got too many bites or ate too many snakes and got really sick. I have no reason or no evidence to support that theory. That's just what I think in my heart. What I'm saying is, when she got sick, I was there to take care of her. In meat processing plants, if you have a lame animal, on some large scale farms, I'm sure if an animal becomes lame, they shoot it and they put it in a dead pile. And that's what would happen to her if she was at a commercial farm. I'm not saying they're all like that, because I don't know. I have never been around one. I've only heard stories and seen articles on the internet about them. So, but I'm pretty sure they would have shot her. So she got sick, and what I did was I was able to care for her. My husband and I, Brent, our son, all cared for Dubček. We went down there. I had Gatorade. We put her food in front of her face. We made sure she drank water so she had hydration. We took her... We scooped hay around her, so she was nice and warm. I covered her with a blanket. I checked on her all the time when Jason was at work. And so I took care of that pig. One day I was taking care of Dubček, and Sally, and it was inside the barn. She was inside our little barn. And Sally came up, and Sally's bigger than Dubček quite a bit. She's taller and bigger. They're different breeds. Sally is a York, and Dubček is a, what is she called? Oh, I lost it. Just lost it. Can't remember. Anyway, she's a brown pig. She's small. She's a Duroc. Okay, she's a Duroc. Well, Sally came up, and she was, I guess, was concerned or just wanted to know. Well, she starts scooting me and scoots me into the barn. And there's like a little wedge in between the barn. And so I hopped up on that little bitty ledge and squashed myself into the wall so she didn't squash me. And that's when I was taking care of Dubček. And I thought, man, this pig is going to hurt me if I keep on having to come out here. And really after that, I haven't been in the pig pen a whole lot. Because we have large breed pigs. They're huge. They are huge. 350 pounds, If that comes wallering up beside you and decides to run you into a wall, that's what they're going to do. So I don't really go in there no more. But our pigs are, but they're very well taken care of. If they have a need, we address it. If they're sick, we take care of them just like they were our kids. I mean, not necessarily because they're not in the house, but we do take care of them as best we can with the knowledge that we have. So next time you're at the supermarket, you know, if you don't live on a homestead, if this is not your style of life, you know, think about where that meat came from, how that animal was treated. You know, and it might make you want to just look up a local farm and see if you can't buy some chickens if they process them. Or, I don't know, local people are starting to pop up all over the place with like small farm raised animals to buy. And I know they're expensive right now. I know they're more expensive right now. They are. But maybe if it becomes more common practice to have sustainable food sources in the world, if we can make it more common, and it will be less expensive in the long run. But what you're paying for is how the animal was treated. No antibiotics, you know, grass-fed, free-range chickens. It makes a difference in the whole process, in the whole taste of the egg. I mean, it's just totally better for you. You guys, thanks for listening to me. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all later.